What's up, YouTube? It's been a long time since I made a video. I got a lot of stuff. I'm not even going to try to show it all in one video. It's just be way too long, and you guys will never ever watch the whole thing. Not that you ever watched all my videos anyway, my whole videos anyway. But you know, who knows? Maybe if I make them short enough, you'll stick with it. So basically, what I got here is I'm going to be showing a lot of. I'm going to be showing all my CGC books I've gotten done recently. I have stopped using CBCS for now. Since the Boston Con, I decided to go with CGC just because I don't want to wait the long wait times. And I can tell you this, I haven't been disappointed in my choice, my decision. I've gotten, for the most part, there are a few things I need to I'll point out when I get to them that I need to try to fix, which I haven't gotten around to doing yet, actually, which reminds me. So, what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to go through, I'm going to show you the books I got. I'm not going to show you probably any regular this is going to be strictly CGC books. These are going to be from the books I've either submitted at the Boston Comic Con or New York Comic Con. Now, a lot of these aren't signed. They were just submitted there. Some of the books I actually got at the Boston Con. I think one at least I've got the Boston Con I bought, and I actually submitted to New York Con to get graded. But I'll show you as I go through. What I did was, for a few of these books was, the New York Con was a crossover service, which they had previously been graded by PGX, and I had them regraded with CGC. So, I'll let you know as we go along. But enough of me talking, because I've been told I blabber too much by someone who probably doesn't even subscribe to me anyway, so I guess it doesn't really matter. But I'm going to try to take the bags off, but I don't know. These bags take some time. So this is my second copy of Amazing Spider-Man 129, first thing. I actually paid to have, and I got to tell you, I paid to have this pressed and I thought cleaned for this down here. See that? I thought maybe they could do something with that because the rest of the book is beautiful. I thought, pretty good looking. And I thought it'd be way better than a 5.5 with that cleaned up a bit. But I guess CCS, whoever it is that does the pressing and grading for CGC, doesn't do cleaning. So this might have to someday, I might have to take it out and clean it myself once I get around to doing that stuff. I'm looking at buying the correct equipment and learning how to do that stuff myself. So yeah, so it came back at a 5.5, which is still a lot. It's still worth a lot more than what I paid for it. So I only paid I think it was like over $300 for this. Just over $300. It was under $400, I believe. No, no. I think it was right around $400. So it was not more than that. I can guarantee you that. My original one I have, which is around the same grade, I believe. It's like a 5 or 5.5. I paid $175 for it. So this one here I bought. Just got to grade it. I am a little disappointed in the grade because for me it looks nicer than that, but it does have a sub crease off the middle. This is the first Uncle Scrooge in his own title. Uncle Scrooge #1, Only a Poor Man. 4-color, $3.86. It's a little bit of a book. I paid like $200 for it actually. Then I got these. A couple of these aren't for sale, but I'm going to keep these for a little bit longer. I'm not going to bother taking the bags off now. Hopefully you guys can see them pretty good. I'll tell you what, I'll take the nicest one off. I got a couple of these, so 8.5. We got another 8.5. I'm a little disappointed because I thought they would be at least in the 9s. And I'm still looking at them and I'm still kind of, whatever. But then I got the 9.0, which is definitely a keeper for me until I find a nicer one. So, very beautiful book and it's all its Newton ring glory. Then I got this Iron Man 55. I do have a signed and graded copy signed by Joe Sanote. So I can't remember what that one. I think that's like a 5.5. I'm gonna have to write down I'm really gonna have to make a list of all my books that are graded and the grades. And then I got another copy, 5.5. This is the nicer one, I guess. 0.5 higher. But in case you guys don't know, which I'm sure everyone knows what book that is, it's the first Thanos, and first Blood Brothers, and first Drax, and blah blah blah. First appearance Thanos, Mentor, Drax the Destroyer, Star Fox. Oh, I didn't know it was the first Star Fox. Kronos and the Blood Brothers. First Star Fox? Really? I didn't know that. I thought Star Fox was a different one. Then we got first Ra's al Ghul, 232. Didn't it? Yeah, 232. Batman. I do have a signed and graded copy of this. Neil Adams signed it. He was here when I got these graded, but I wasn't going to pay $50 a signature, which I didn't think it would really, for two of them. So one of these is going to get sold, at least one. If I can, at least make my money back on it. I'm not going to bother selling it if I can't make my money back. So this one is a regrade. This is a crossover service, which is one of the books that I have to find out how come, because they said that first when I initially was doing it, they initially did the crossover services, 50% off the price. So since the value of this book, it was $50 rather than whatever it was for the express service or something. 50, I don't know, whatever. But this book came to actually $95. I got it pressed too. So it was like $95 with shipping because they shipped it by itself. And then plus what the pressing service was. No, actually, that's right. No, I didn't get this pressed. I'm sorry. I didn't get this pressed. This was just a regular grading because I didn't think it would be worth pressing. But it dropped a 0.5 grade. So it's my 181. It was a 7.0 PGX. Now, what they say now is that if you did this is before I got it back, they changed it to where if you did this and you dropped a grade, they only charged you $10 for no matter what the tier was. They never refunded me any money because as soon as they get the book and they start grading it, before they even grade it, they charge your card. So I don't know how they're supposed to do that. And I also have another book that same thing happened to, which I dropped a whole point. But I'll get to that when I say it. That's the only two books that happened to. I actually got this. I didn't have this graded at the New York Con or the Boston Con. I bought this from eBay from Here's Initiative. I paid like $300 for this, but it's because it's a Jenny Frison cover, and you guys know I love Jenny Frison. Her artwork's awesome. Her artwork. I've only met her once, so I can't say I love her, per se. But maybe I do. I could. She wasn't married, and I wasn't. Perhaps I could love her. But we'll have to wait to see what happens with that. So I got this, and they have a thing where if you won something at an auction of a blank cover, that you can have the option to have it graded by CGC for free, and they just charge shipping because they would be free shipping originally, but I think they charge you $18 shipping if you get it graded. But that's it, $18 to get it graded. So I did that. Waited 6 months for this book to come back, but it came back at 9.4. A little disappointed with that, but I'm actually not too disappointed because it is really just for the art. So Now this book here, I got at the, isn't there a cover on this? Huh, that's, no cover on this one. I got this at the Boston Con. I bought it raw at the end of the con. I paid $1,100 for it. It's on my top 10 list. Not that I'm going to bother, because I didn't really get too many off my top 10 list this year to show you. And I had to grade it. I am happy with the grade. I'm fine with the grade, actually. However, I think it could be higher because of what they said in the notes. Because it's some of what they said in the notes is just completely wrong. It says it has multiple staples detached. Don't know what that means since there's only 2 staples in the book. Multiple staples detached. Then it says bottom front cover staple detached. There is no staple in the front cover. There's just no staple. It's not the way they did it. I'll show you. So this came back at a 2.5. I'm happy with that. With the grade, I think it could be higher, maybe because, but it does have water damage, which is, I knew it when I bought it. You can see the staining there. Now, staple detached. It says bottom. That's the Browning. See that? That staple is attached firmly, and I know it because I went through the book. Because I was worried about the water damage, I went through each individual page. I inspected that staples are firmly attached. There's not a staple pull or anything on this. Staple attached in the top. Not detached from the cover. Firmly attached. Now, on the front, there is no staple. That's just right there, if you look at that. That's just spine stress. That's not a staple thing or anything. There's no staple there. The way they did this is they staples from the back to the front first page of the book. And they flipped the page over, the cover over. They didn't go through the front cover. They didn't do it like that. So there is no staples detached at all from this book. So I got to contact them and see what I got to do. A little disappointed about that because it's just, disappointing. I bought this at the New York Times. I paid, I want to say $275 for it, something like that, or maybe $300. $300, I think it was actually. I'm having a hard time remembering because it was just so long ago. Well, not so long ago. Just I bought so much recently, so. But I do have a couple copies of these. Few copies actually, like 3 or 4. This is probably my 4th copy, I think it is. 3rd copy. Maybe, yeah, it's either my 3rd or 4th copy. I do have a 9.4 signed by Steve Dillon. I have a 9.6 not signed, just graded. And now I have a 9.8 signed by Glenn Fabry. So, originally, when I first saw it, I thought it was Garth Ennis. And I used to have a Garth Ennis book. One signed by Garth Ennis was an 8.5, but I made a mistake of selling it. Should have just kept it. But at the time, I got more money than actually it's probably worth now. So, now these are more recent books I've just gotten in the mail, and these are all crossovers. This first one was a PGX 5.5. I had to grade it myself, and honestly, I was really surprised to get a 5.5 anyway. So, I was hoping to get a 5.5, and it came back at a 4.5. So, it's still worth way more than what I paid for it, though. Even at a 4 or 5, I paid for this book. I paid $250 for this raw at auction a few years ago. Even then, that was a great price. I snuck it at an auction with other books, number 2, 3, 5, 6, and up to 8. I think I got. And there's 2 different lots. So I really got a good deal on this one anyway. But I am a little disappointed. So now they were only supposed to charge me $10 for this. Because it dropped a grade. It dropped in grade. Not a grade, but it dropped in grade. That's just the deal, thing. So unless I'm wrong, I don't know why I didn't get any money back for that. So this is one of the books they have to, beside the other one. and had to contact them about why don't I get my money back. Some money back. Don't know if it's because I did this at the New York Con and they didn't say that until after the New York Con, which I think would be screwed up if they did that, because early adopters would lose that benefit, where people who didn't do it early when they first started will get the benefit, and you know what I'm saying? I think it would be pretty fucked up if they did that. This one here is the same grade, so 7.0. No big deal. Got that one done. I have another copy of this raw that I am willing to sell. However, it's the Marvel stamps cut out, which when I bought it, I didn't realize it was. This one here is the same grade, which I meant to get this pressed, but when I turned it in, I forgot to say it. So it's my fault. I know this could be a higher grade because I'm positive, because of the crinkling on the cover and stuff. I know it can be pressed out, a lot of it. So I know this could probably go up at least a half a grade, if not a whole grade. I would think really it could go up to a 8.5. But I know it's at least an 8, at least. So my bad. But it stayed the same grade though, at least. So my giant size X-Men. And then the last one, I knew it was going to get a green label because I knew it had a married centerfold, and I kind of struggled. It came back at the same exact grade, it's a green label now instead of PGX blue. I just wanted to have it. You know, I figured it was cheap enough with the 50% off thing, so I got it done. This is my first and only green label. But it is a Justice League of America #1, so. But the reason it has the green label qualified because it's a married centerfold. So it says centerfold married, tape on cover, interior cover, and interior. So it looks really nice. So I wish I could actually, because I remember when I got this book raw, I remember I read the book, which I usually do. Try to do at least. Sometimes I forget to read it and get it great, and I'm like, but I don't remember seeing anything wrong with the book or anything like that, so I don't know how I would miss a married centerfold, but I guess it'd be pretty easy if you're not looking for it specifically. So now the rest of the books are going to be signed books. So these are all signature series. No particular order. I'm just going to show them. This is a Batman 50. This is a Bulletproof Comics variant signed by Tom King. This is pretty thick. This is one of those thicker ones, 9.8 though. Okay. Then we got another one. 9.6. This is a more fully covered. That other one was like the black and white kind of looking one, or sketch. This is all color. That's a 9.6 in that one. Still signed by Tom King though. I do want to get these Mylar covers for these. The thicker Mylar covers. Then I got the Farmhand #1 signed by Rob Guillory. 9.6 unfortunately. But you know, I don't know. I'm not really stressed over the 9.698 thing. I know I will be if I ever decide to sell stuff like that. You know, because the difference in prices sometimes are significant. But I think it's ridiculous when some books can be so much difference in prices between a 0.2 grade. You know, like a 9.6 to a 9.8. I mean, it's such a minuscule thing that we all know that if you get it regraded, it could change the grade easily, go up or down. This one is signed by, this is a Hex Slash Vampirella, #5. It's signed and sketched by Chrissy Zulu. I just love the cover. and I know she was going to be there, so I had her sign it. Sorry guys, I'm a bit tired. I've actually done this video a couple times, but I did way too much in each video, and it went to be over 40 minutes long, and I'm trying not to do that this time, so we're going to end it soon anyway. Thanos 13, first Cosmic Ghost Rider, 9.6, signed by Donnie Cates. He was a pretty cool guy. First time I ever met him. I read something on his Facebook pages about how I don't know if it's true, but he buys up books. Like, he goes on and finds these, like, cheap books and buys a bunch of them and then posts on social media that he loves these books. The books go up in value and then he sells them. Something like that. Here goes a Chris Parker #1, signed by Jeremy Bastian. I got a bunch of these. I did want to sell them sometime, but then I saw recently that one of the Olympia press or Comics Express ones, the ones that was a limited pressing of 300, whatever, he had done himself, the original first appearance, sold for over $2,000 for 9.6. I have one. Mine's actually an 8.5, but it's best because it has a dollar price sticker on the back, which I have to have removed and then regrade it. So I know it can go up in the 9s. It's a beautiful copy. Maybe not a 9.6, but it can go up into the 9s easy. So then I got another one. This one here is an advanced copy. Challengers Comics store stamp on cover, commemorating Jeremy Bastian's first signing. So that's what it was. So it's his first signing that he did at Challengers Comics. This is number 4 of 100. So this is actually, he told me, Jeremy Bastian said that this is really the first print, like a real first printing, I guess, an advanced copy, because only 100 were printed, and then they were done, and then later the rest of them were printed and sold. So then I got of course, the Del Otto cover for Spider-Man 800, signed by Herberto Ramos on the cover. He was the only one I could get to sign that was available to sign anything for that birthday. Of course, Del Otto, I don't think I've ever seen him on an East Coast con that I've been able to make it to. I got a Greg Land for Spider-Man #1. Sign that. Almost done, guys. Three more books. Then this is a pretty cool one. I'll just do this one first. Natalie Sanders. Beautiful cover, 9.8. So now the last two books are original art covers and blank covers, you guys know. So the first one is actually I've been trying to get this guy to do a blank cover for me for years. Every time I see him, he just won't do it. He said he doesn't do blank covers at cons or something, but he always had like original art. He's done pre-con. I bought a couple off him, but this time here I bought a few pages off him. So he did do, or maybe he's just doing them now to make some extra money. I don't know, but he did do a blank cover for me, and it's nothing really big. He didn't charge me a lot of money. I think it was like $60 or something like that, maybe more, maybe 100. I don't know. It was something like that. It was under 100, or around there. Yeah, I can't remember, but it wasn't a lot. It was pretty cheap. So, it is a 9.6, but it is Terry Moore, and it's a cover for Stranger in Paradise, and it's just a picture of Kachu. Pretty cool. It's I don't know, every time I look at it, I think of Rachel Rising, because it really, the difference, it really looks the same to me. But I just love this stuff. Rachel Rising is my favorite. So it actually Like I said, I don't know if he just did it because I bought some pages off him and he was cool with that. So he had some time, he said, and he'd do it. But I bought a couple pages of Rachel Rising off him, which I'm not going to show in this. Now this last one is the big book I got done at the Boston Con. I got that one done at the Boston Con. I had another piece of art by her done, and it's my favorite blank cover I've ever done. It's a Wonder Woman, which I wish I would have pulled it to show you guys, compare it. But this one here, that one I paid $60 for. This one I paid a lot more than that. I paid like $160, maybe $200, right around there, between $160 and $200 somewhere. But it's way worth it for me. I just love her covers. And here we go. Catwoman #1, done by Sia awesome. So she's so nice. She's at the. I was so happy to find out she was at the Aspen table. And she was, I mean, I met her before and at a really small con in Massachusetts. And I was so happy with that first piece. I had to get another piece done by her. And I'm very happy with that. Still, the original one I got done, the Wonder Woman one, is still my favorite. But this is awesome cover too. If I ever see her again, I will definitely pay the money again to get her to do a cover again for me. I actually just gave her a stack of books and told her pick one and do what you want. I usually do that for all the artists. I just rather leave it up to them and just be surprised by what I get. And I'm very rarely disappointed. I don't think I'm ever really disappointed. So yeah, that's it, guys. Hopefully this video isn't too long, 28 minutes, 27 minutes. But I want to thank you guys for sticking around with me. I'm sure I've lost subscribers because it's been so long since I've done a thing. And I'll show you guys a little something I just picked up today. I don't usually chase after these things, shoes, but I thought these were cool, so I had to get them. It's the Vans NASA. The white ones. I got the, of course we're going to make the video longer now. So I got them, I haven't ordered them online. But I actually got these. These in store. The orange ones. Pretty cool. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll try to make some more videos, get this going again. Okay, goodbye.